Welcome to TYTSports, everybody. Jason Rubin here. We have Dan Watkins, a very close friend of mine, and the biggest Boston sports fan that I know. And we're going to talk a little bit about the New England Patriots. Now, New England is going into Cincinnati is visiting New England on Sunday night. And it is maybe a must-win game for the Patriots after what has been going on recently with Belichick, with Brady. They have no weapons. We need to start figuring out what to pinpoint. Is it the defense? Is it Brady? Is it Belichick? Someone's got to be blamed for something, because this is the first time we've seen the Patriots struggle, really the definition of the word struggle, in about the last 10 years. So it's a little strange. Dan, how you doing?
Doing good, Jay. How about you?
I'm doing great myself. Dan, I know you're a giant Patriots fan. I've known you for a long time. Do you think there's any panic, before we get into any of the talk, is there any panic as a Patriots fan about what's going on with this team?
No, I'm not too worried. Just the last time the Patriots started off 2-2, they went on to win the Super Bowl and win 21 straight games. So I'm not too worried. Yeah, I mean, the offense has been terrible, but a lot of that is guys have been hurt. Gronk finally, Thursday, was finally a full participant in practice for the first time all year. So he's going to be healthy coming into Sunday night's game against Cincinnati, and I think he'll have a big game. The real problem, I think, is Josh McDaniels. This guy is supposed to be an offensive guru, a mastermind, and then he really hasn't done much since coming back to New England. Everything he's done has been overshadowed by the talent that's been on the field, and this year we're finally seeing the team with not a lot of talent around Tom Brady.
There's a lot of talk about talent around Tom Brady, and Randy Moss was there for a minute, and we saw what happened when Randy Moss did come to the Patriots, and just insane numbers, touchdowns. Brady sets the record, eventually beaten. But would you consider, going back in time a little more, would you consider Troy Brown and Deion Branch weapons, or was that just a factor of Tom Brady being a little bit younger and rising up and becoming one of the best quarterbacks the world has ever seen? Or was Deion Branch and Troy Brown weapons, literally weapons? Would they have fit in on any offense and made quarterbacks better, or did Brady make them better?
Well, Branch, Brown, and David Givens, I think, were all very good wide receivers. They were nothing spectacular. But one thing that the Patriots, when they were winning Super Bowls, one of the things that they did so well, and that Tom Brady did so well, was the play-action pass. And they've gotten away from that in the past few years because they haven't had that much of a run game. But now they have two decent, I would even say pretty good running backs with Stephen Ridley and Shane Vereen. And I think if they utilize the play-action pass more, it would give Brady maybe a little more time to look past his first read, which is all he's able to do right now, which is basically just targeting Julian Edelman completely, and then get down the field maybe to Gronk or even Aaron Dobson if they finally play him.
Right, and I couldn't agree more on that point. The play-action pass is what, opened up Brady to throw downfield and find Deion Branch and Troy Brown and Gibbons for big plays when he was airing the ball out more earlier in his career. Now, looking forward in their schedule, they have the Bengals Sunday night, which is a huge game considering the Bengals are 3-0. They're one of two undefeated teams left in the league with the Arizona Cardinals. And looking past that, there's the Broncos, the Colts, and the Packers later on in the season. But again, they're in the AFC East. The Patriots are 2-2. They narrowly escaped the Raiders, which is shocking to say in general. But do you still think the Patriots can win 10 games this season and continue their streak? I think it's been since 2003. They've won 10 games every year, making it the longest such streak in the NFL, in NFL history.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they always historically struggle in Miami, but when Miami comes to Foxborough, especially, it's going to be late December. There's going to be snow on the ground. Patriots are going to win that game. Buffalo's not very good. The Patriots always handle them with no problem. And the Jets game will always be an interesting game because it's the Jets-Patriots big rivalry. But those are I think the Patriots will definitely win all 5 of those games.
The Patriots defense, are you disappointed in the Patriots defense considering they came in to this season, they added Revis Island, and they had all these major improvements that were said to have happened. And I was big on this year for the Patriots, considering defense helped them win a lot of championships in the past. And I attributed Patriots' losses in AFC Championship games and Super Bowls because they didn't have the Teddy Bruschies to come in there, the Rodney Harrisons, the Ty Laws and his pick 6 in the Super Bowl years back. Do you think the defense will step up and it's just a matter of getting used to the system, a new Patriot system, or they're going to struggle for the next few games?
I think, Brandon Browner is finally off his suspension, So I think I'm not going to really make any judgment calls on that until Browner's back fully into the swing of things. He's a big physical corner that will match up well against tight ends. And then I think this weekend, Darrelle Revis said earlier this week that he wants to cover A.J. Green and shadow him. I think they should absolutely let Revis do that. That's what he's best at, taking away a quarterback's number one option and letting the rest of the defense. And when A.J. Green's covered, we're really going to put the pressure on Andy Dalton to see what he can do with his other targets.
Awesome. Dan, thank you so much for coming on TYT Sports. We love having you on. That is Dan Watkins, a good Patriots, good old Patriots fan. They're always fun to have on TYT Sports. We look forward to Monday, Turks and Jerks NFL recap show with our handful of hosts, and we'll be back in action. You had to deal with the practice squad last week, but this week the starters will be back in. So thanks for watching TYT Sports, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Twitter at TYT Sports. Have a good one.